What's good, Liberators? Fingers here, and this is Dx2 Demon Review, and today we are asking ourselves a very, very important question, and that is, what happens when a Jack Frost crosses that line? What happens when a Jack Frost just goes a little too far? And the answer to that question is Black Frost. This delightful little sprite right here. And what a fantastic design. This guy right here, this guy is quickly becoming my spirit animal. Why? Because just look at the way he walks. Okay? Look at him. Look at this. He just keeps it moving. He does it with a smile on his face and those evil eyes staring down trouble. You want to mess with Jack Frost? Well, he's going to Superman punch you with a smile on his face. He ain't going to take no shit. That's why I love Black Frost, and that's why we're talking about him today. So, let's go to the lore. Black Frost. A Jack Frost that has grown immensely powerful and wickedly evil. Jack Frosts are peaceable winter fairy pranksters, but when they go too far, honing their evil skills and immersing themselves in the dark arts, they become this heinous creature. And okay, I'll give it to you a second. I like that. I like that description. And more so, I love this picture. Look at the Jack Frosts here being crushed underfoot. Just smiles for days. It's almost like they're happy to see their Black Frost brother just succeeding, even if it means they get trampled underfoot. I find that simply delightful. Let's check out his panels here. We got panel 1, 15% to damage dealt by attacks that target all or random enemies. Boom. Some nice money on panel 1 there. And I primarily use Black Frost in Apocalypse and not much else, regrettably, which I'll get to, because there's something here. There is something here, but I use him for Apocalypse pretty much exclusively. So 15% to his ice and dark attacks. Boom, can't go wrong there. Panel 2 gives you 100 plus magic attack and minus 15% to damage to all party members by cursed enemies. So you curse your enemy, they're dealing 15% less damage, which I love. I mean, you combine that with a Charunda, and what do you got there? You got 35% less damage, and this piles onto his inherent skill, which we'll get to, which adds another 15% to that. So with this panel 2, you can nerf your enemy's attacks by 30% with just a curse, 50% if you slap Charunda onto that, which I find that's just anything that can take Terukaja, Rakukaja, or Charunda and Rakunda and knock it up a notch and stack on top of that. You've got something. There's something there. And I wish I used them more to exploit that. But I don't. And I never see anyone else do it either. Or at least I've never seen it done to any great effect. But there's something there. I wish I could use it. And that brings us to panel 3, which is a 15% damage boost to all your party members if the enemy is cursed. Which, again, combined with panel 2, you're nerfing your enemy's attack with a curse, and you are boosting your own damage with a curse, which is fantastic. Damage boosts that apply to every party member is ridiculous. It's amazing, but I never find myself with cause to use it, and that's the only problem. So if you've got some great use for Black Frost, hit me up in the comments. Let me know all about it, because I would love. Give me a reason. Give me any reason at all to break this guy out, and I'll take it. As for brands, got him unequipped right now at the moment, but spell brands. He's a magic caster, or divine brands if you're in for a long-term battle, because he's got Mabufudine which costs Hardy 7. His unique skill starts out at 7 MP, so that's a heavy lift, but you can reduce that by 1. So divine brands are probably a real good fit for him. Spell brands, next best thing. As far as the doubles go, hey, it's whatever you're using for. Speed brands if you need them to be faster. Shield brands if you need that magic defense. Guard brands if you need that physical defense. Ward brands if for some reason you're afraid of ailments. You know the drill. You know the brands. He's really a mix and match kind of demon. So let's get to the meat of this and check out his skills. Number 1, Mabufudine. It's the tier 3 ice sweep skill, power 120. Not bad at all, but there is no pierce effect to go along with this, which is why largely I have him relegated to Demopocalypse, where that pierce effect does not matter. But something to keep in mind. Does come with that nice ice sweep, but no pierce. Always remember that. And his unique skill, the first, Curse of Anguish, increases damage dealt to cursed enemies by 15%, reduces damage received by cursed enemies by 15%. Now, this along with his panels will give you a 30% damage boost plus a 30% damage reduction from your enemies, which that sounds great, right? Sounds fantastic. The biggest problem I see in this is that you would want to use this on like a boss, right? Someone where you need that extra damage to matter. And generally speaking, you can't land ailments on bosses, though Curse seems to be an exception in some cases. I believe in Brands of Sin, the Quetzalcoatl Brands of Sin. I believe you can curse him. So there's something there, but that is the main drawback I see here. Is that where you really want that damage and what would really be useful, where you could nerf an enemy boss's attack by 30% while boosting your own damage 30% against him. That's where this would kick it to overdrive and just be amazing. But again, boss demons, generally speaking, immune to every ailment under the sun, and that is its major downfall and probably the main reason I don't get more use out of this wonderful guy right here. And that brings us to his other unique skill, Go to Hell. Dark magic damage on all enemies with an 80% chance to inflict curse, which plays into his whole theme, where if you curse them, then you get some serious bonuses and some serious detriments on your enemies. Which, okay, fantastic. That great synergy there. Most importantly, this skill will have a Dark Pierce effect with a power of 110, so slightly less powerful than the Tier 3 Dark Sweep skill, Mamudodine, but still, you can make it work. And his levels, to level this up, you're only getting an ailment infliction rate increase, not a damage boost, which is, they really should have given you both here. Increases damage by 5%, ailment infliction by 10. Damage increased by 10%, ailment infliction by 20, and then, at least a little something, like most damage boosts for the unique skills cap off at 20% damage boost in the skill. Give him 10% damage boost on this one because he's got the ailment infliction with it. To kind of balance it out a little bit. But hey, that's me, and I doubt any of the Japanese developers will ever see this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway and tell y'all you done fucked up. Do better. Jack Frost deserves better. Black Frost deserves even better than that. So, for his archetype, I've got him as Psychic, which comes with Ice Amp. 25% to ice damage. Can't go wrong with that. Again, I primarily have him in my Ice and Dark Demopocalypses, So, boom shakalaka. There it is. Damage boost. Passive skills. Slapped him with the Dark Amp. 25% to dark damage. Why? Because I only use him in Demopocalypse, and damage is all that matters there. And for his final skill, basically I kind of swap out. If it's an ice demo, he's got the ice boost on. If it's a dark demo, he's got the dark boost on. And that's just the way I use him. I want to use him more. I mean, he's got pretty decent agility, so if you were running him in PvP, though, again, I never see that. He does have a pierce effect on him, so you could make it play. You know, if you're just starting out, you can make him play in PvP. Wherever you're at, you can, anything with the pierce sweep skill, you can make viable. It won't be ideal, it won't be the best of the best, but you can make it work, especially with those panels and the additional damage and damage reduction you're getting from that curse skill. So, something to bear in mind. You could give him Speedster to boost that speed. Enduring Soul, Endures, always winners in PvP. You know, sometimes all you need is that one extra attack to finish it off. Now, as for his stats, he's a caster. Magic is great. 201 naturally, 221 with maxed out Mitamas. For the secondary, I went with luck because, you know, ailment infliction based on your luck stat. So, hey, I want him cursing people, theoretically, even though, again, I never actually used him in that function, though I really want to. I really do. So I slapped on luck for him, and he's got 10 in vitality, mainly because I think I was feeding him certain Mitamas that just boosted the vitality along with the luck. I think I was giving him vitality Mitamas, and that's the only reason that vitality is there. I would probably switch it over to agility if I had cause to, because I think that's a better fit for him, because his agility it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's decent. You know, you can boost it up to 173, which, okay, you can get away with that, kind of, you know. It's something. I think agility is probably a better fit. All right. So let's check out his other archetypes before we call it a day. Okay, so first and foremost, we got the Origami archetype, which gives us Hell Gaze, which is the tier 4 single target dark attack. Power of 180, smacks a single enemy, but this will not have a pierce effect. That's less of an issue with single target skills, but still, you have to factor that in. Black Frost's unique skill, Go to Hell, has a pierce effect built into it and it alone. It will not apply to Hell Gaze, so your mileage may vary with this one. When he's got that Go to Hell skill that can hit everyone, I'm not sure how much mileage you'll get out of Hell Gaze. His Protector archetype gives Concentrate, which when he first came out, I saw a lot of people using Concentrate with him, which, as we know, increases magic attack damage by 125. And if you combine that with Templar Dragon's Dx2 skills, I think that gets boosted up to, 150% with her additional bonus to it. So that makes it even more deadly. I mean, hey, I can see an argument for this. When I originally fused him, I fused him with the Protector archetype and just never wound up actually putting it into practice, which is unfortunate, but you could do something there. But you got to think, if you're running Black Frost, you want to get that curse effect on as soon as possible, right? So going with the Concentrate, you're delaying that cursing by using Go to Hell. So that's something you really want to factor in, whether or not you're going to use that. But once you get that curse on there and you start charging him up to add additional damage onto the boost that his curse is giving your entire party, not just him, your entire party, well, now we're talking. You could probably get some good numbers rocking that. So something to consider. Psychic Archetype, Ice Amp. Discuss that. And finally, and most underwhelmingly of all, Nullfire. Fantastic. But again, generally speaking, anything that's going to be coming at you in 2021 is going to have a Pierce effect tagged onto it. So all of these null skills have become very, very outdated. And I generally avoid them. Even if they're there to cover up a weakness, I generally don't like them just because they just seem to add nothing. You know, to me, the main benefit of a repel, of a drain or a null is the stealing of press turns from your enemy, taking away 2 press turns. And when they can just shred through it like it's nothing, really takes the bite out of it. And it's even worse here because he resists fire anyway, so you're not even covering up his light weakness, right? Like if he had a null light, it was covering up the weakness. Okay, that's something. Again, not fantastic, but it's something. In this, it's turning a resist into a null that can be easily pierced anyway. And as a result, not a fan, not at all. So I would say the big winners here, Protector or the Psychic Archetype. Those are what I would recommend. If you have some other ideas, let me know in the comments. Love to hear about them. And that about wraps it up for the man, the myth, the legend, the Black Frost. So, until next time, I hope you all have a good day. Keep your heads up. Fight on, Patriots.